I want to talk about a very important issue when it comes to safety. It has to do with our ozone plan. Now, according to our policy, the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, which is the FWISD resides in, and currently does not meet federal clean air standards for ozone and has been declared non-attainment. The state of Texas has written an air quality cleanup plan known as the State Implementation Plan. This current plan only meets the lowest levels of the recommended ozone standards and relies heavily on voluntary pollution reduction measures. The state, county, or city has no policy, and current regulations do not require FWISD to provide a policy. FWISD in no way has any control over the ozone levels within the FWISD or deciding the level of ozone concerns. Ozone levels are determined by the National Weather Service. Ozone levels can change from green to red or purple during any given day. Fort Worth ISD does not believe it is possible to establish a policy that provides ozone protection not only for children, but also for adults who are prone to respiratory ailments. There are too many factors that enter into the equation in determining whether an individual has any health risk associated with ozone. Therefore, Fort Worth ISD will require a written statement from a physician stating that the child is sensitive to ozone on file, and a written statement from the parent or legal guardian of the student on a daily basis that requests that their child be allowed to stay in that day. It must be a parent's or legal guardian's daily responsibility to determine if the ozone levels will be harmful to their child. The following ozone policy is based on information collected from the Blue Skies Alliance documents, such as an ozone primer for schools and parents. Now, the ozone warning policy goes as follows. Number 1, ozone days are generally recognized for the DFW Metroplex as falling between May and the end of October each calendar year. The following recommended actions are for outside activities. Number 2, in order to protect the health of students, faculty, and employees, the following protocols for ozone action and health advisory days were given from the Blue Skies Alliance documents. Now, the level green is considered good, and according to the PBB zone, this would consider to be that there's no health effects or are expected, and no special action needed. Now, the orange level is considered 51 to 100 when it comes to the PPB zone. That's considered moderate. The action recommended for that is individuals with a respiratory illness, such as asthma, bronchitis, pneumonia, and emphysema, should limit prolonged exposure. The next color designation of ozone warning would be considered red, and that is a PPV zone that could be from 101 to 150 or 151 to 200. That is considered unhealthy for sensitive groups. The action recommended for that would be individuals with a respiratory illness such as asthma, bronchitis, pneumonia, and emphysema should limit exposure entirely. High energy activities for elementary age children should be limited. All other individuals should be allowed adequate access to water and shade. For every 30 minutes of high energy activities, individuals should be allowed 10 minutes of rest. Individuals involved in outdoor extracurricular activities such as athletics, band, drill team, or cheerleading should also follow the guidelines as stated above. The next color designation of ozone warning would be considered purple or maroon, and that would be a PPB zone of 201 to 300, or 301 to 500. This is considered very unhealthy and hazardous. Exposure for students should be limited entirely. Students involved in outdoor curricular activities such as athletics, band, drill team, or cheerleading should engage in indoor practice on the days designated very unhealthy, or hazardous. Now, sensitive groups are defined as children who are active in outdoor activities, people involved in high energy activities, and people with respiratory ailments. Students with respiratory limitations should follow the advice of a doctor or guardian. The Fort Worth ISD's ozone policy plan is not to restrict sensitive adults from these activities, but it is a plan of action in which information is provided for their use to determine whether or not it is advisable for them to perform these activities in conjunction with Fort Worth ISD scheduled activities. Each parent or legal guardian of a child sensitive to ozone must have a statement from a physician on file at the school campus stating such. Parents or legal guardians must make the decision on a daily basis if their children should be allowed to participate in outside activities. If they decide their child should not participate in the outside activities, they must send in writing a note requesting their child to be kept in for that day due to ozone levels. If there is not a doctor's statement on file, the child will not be kept inside. Each day is a new day and must be treated as such. School principals may make morning ozone announcements, which we do here at our school. In addition to this information, each teacher, coach, or instructor of outside activities should perform the following. Pre-screen their classes for individuals who have sensitivity to ozone conditions, such as described in the previous table. This may include a questionnaire or permission slip from the parent and/or physician. Become aware of possible atmospheric conditions and develop their outside activities in conjunction with the health services designated person. Have an alternative plan for a canceled outside activity. Sometimes we have our kids have PE inside, or they can have their recess inside with our very helpful gym teacher. Fort Worth ISD employees shall try to fuel their vehicles in the morning when possible. Fort Worth ISD employees should not perform any duties that would add to the levels of ozone on high ozone days if possible. It shall be the responsibility of each campus to initiate and operate this plan. Any ozone or health-related injuries or episodes are to be immediately reported to the Health Services Department. And here at our school, we do a fantastic job with making sure that we check the ozone level before we go outside, especially on the hot summer days here in Texas. We make sure that the kids have an opportunity to drink water after we play outside, and if the ozone level is even at a red, then we usually stay inside on those days. Or we find an alternative means for recess, such as the kids playing in the gym, or we find a fun activity to do in the class. Thank you for listening to our ozone plan, which we follow here